2 years ago, my daughter Elisha, she was a happy girl, a lot of energy. And then one day, I got called from the school that she was complaining about too much headaches. While we were walking out of the school, she lost her balance. That's when all the craziness started going on. I took her to Yale New Haven Hospital, and that's when they did the whole MRI. She had a brain tumor, and it's called DIPG. She had only 6 to 9 months to live. I fell to the floor. There was really no hope.
More children die from cancer than every other disease that affects children combined.
I don't believe the present therapy for pediatric cancer is in any way acceptable or adequate.
There are many childhood cancers where we've made no improvement in cure rates for two or three decades. Even if they are cured, they have horrific side effects from what we're doing now.
We need to get better at what we do. We can do it, but we have to do the research to do it.
I spend most of my time writing grants to try to get money rather than writing the research papers or in the laboratory doing the work. Funding specific to the problem of childhood cancer is far, far too low.
Pediatric cancer, which in and of itself represents dozens of types of cancers, is the #1 disease killer of children in the US. And yet, for every dollar that is spent on research, only 3 pennies goes to childhood cancer research. It is quite frankly reprehensible that this country is in a state that it is when it comes to funding the #1 disease killer of children in the US.
We know what it's like as parents to have a child fighting pediatric cancer.
When our son Liam was 2 years, 9 months, he was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma. He had an 18-centimeter tumor in his abdomen.
Cookies for Kids Cancer was started to meet a need that was presented to us by Liam's doctors, a new therapy that, if they had the money, they could have developed.
My husband and I had the idea to bake 96,000 cookies. That cookie baking project yielded over $420,000, which helped to fund a new treatment. That treatment subsequently became available 7 months after Liam lost his battle. The last words he said to his sister on the day he died, as she was walking out the door to go to school, was, "Bye, Ella. I love you. Have a nice day at school." You couldn't leave his side without feeling his love. And I'm really glad that he's my son and that I can continue to do whatever it is that I can possibly do to try and honor that love and help make it better for others.
Today, Cookies for Kids Cancer raises money in the fight against pediatric cancer by inspiring individuals, communities, schools, churches to join in the fight.
Since Cookies for Kids Cancer started, we have raised over $10 million. Those dollars go directly to pediatric cancer researchers at the top pediatric cancer centers. We like to think of ourselves as similar to venture capitalists. We hear about ideas that have a lot of promise, and then we provide the seed money to get that project moving forward.
A couple of years ago, one of the projects that was submitted to Cookies for funding was by Dr. Kramer at Memorial Sloan Kettering.
The treatment that we are investigating for DIPG involves taking an antibody, tagging it to radiation, and having our neurosurgeon directly deliver this drug into the tumor in the brainstem.
Children who have this type of brain cancer, that's it. The child will be lost.
We unanimously, the entire board, said that we needed to fund this project. There wasn't even a question. The study began and accepted one of its first patients with DIPG, a lovely young girl named Elisha.
A month after her diagnosis, we learned about the treatment up in Sloan Kettering. It was just a trial. It wasn't nothing that's gonna be 100%. She told me it was, trying it out to see if it works. While Elisha was in surgery, I was a nervous wreck. It was like the longest day of my life.
Penguin got busy, but Penguin pulled harder. Finally, shiny.
Silly. It's gonna be 2 years since she was diagnosed with DIPG. And to this day, she has no symptoms at all. She's a happy girl. Yes.
For Elisha, it's really miraculous.
Dr. Kramer's study is working, and it is one of more than 6 dozen that we have now funded.
Penguin and Pinecone.
I was talking with somebody and reflecting on last year. I reflected on the fact that I had one really bright spot last year. And it was that news. It was the news that this little girl benefited from the work that we did.
I love you to the moon and back, Mama.
I love you too, sweetie.
This is why we're here, and this is what we're doing. We can make a difference, but we need your help. Be a good cookie.